to shut all my breakers off. We have paint all over this outlet, so that's why we have to take it off and replace it. Okay, we have a multi-wire branch circuit here. The top is red and the bottom is black. And down here we have our white, which is our shared neutral. So I'm going to just dump this out instead of off everything. So we should have two. Okay, so these are two separate circuits. And we made sure they're off. We'll just take our screws right out of here. As you can see, they got all that paint in there by just looking at the screws there. We'll open up our loops here. So when you're working on a multi-wire branch circuit, you have 240 coming to this outlet. So see this little tab right here between the terminals? We're going to take our needle nose pliers like that. We're going to just rock it back and forth until it breaks off. So now we have these two circuits separate. And you leave the white one together. So we'll get our ground wire back onto our green screw here. Close our loop the direction our screw turns. So here in the country I was born, our outlets are polarized. Your white wire goes on the silver screw, which is the wide slot, and your hot wires go on the brass screws over here, which is your narrow slot. So we'll close the one we're not using here. I'm going to re-strip this a little bit and make it a little longer. Oh, maybe we don't have to make it any longer. There we go. strip that back. See all that paint that's on the wire there? That's no good. So we're going to cut that off. And we'll just strip it nice and new here. And we'll put our loop it so it goes around our screw, the direction our screw turns. Like that there. Close our loop, the direction our screw turns like that. Make sure we don't get our insulation pinched under our screw head. Make sure it's nice and tight like that. Make sure our insulation's not pinched and our copper is under the screw head all the way around. We'll flip it around, we'll get our two live wires. And we'll see all that paint that's on there. We're going to clip them back and strip them nice and new so we have a good connection. Make sure it's all the way around our screw. Our insulation's not pinched under our screw head. Make sure it's nice and tight like that there. Do our black one, we'll cut it back. You can see all that paint under the on the copper there. It's no good. I'll pull it forward a little bit so we get our copper underneath our screw head all the way around like that. We just push our wires into our box here. Now we're going to make sure this ground wire stays down in the bottom here so it stays away from our terminal. See how I have it zigzagged down here? Use this screw here. Now what's nice about this, we lost our cover screw, so we can use this screw here. We'll just cut it down because if you use it full length, you'll bust it out through the back of the outlet. So I'm going to cut it down like this and move it back and forth like that to keep our threads good when it comes up. Screw it in. And guess what? I cut it a little too short. Maybe not. Yeah, I did. But you know what? We're not going to get upset. We're not going to frustrate. If we don't have a screw, we don't have a screw. That's all. We'll just remember to bring another one on another day. That's all. You don't frustrate. Just don't let stuff... Oops, we have one in here. You don't let stuff like that bother us. If you don't have something, you don't have it. You just try to remember and come back and do it another time. So we'll just shorten it up some, not as much. Cut it. And we'll just work it back and forth. There it is. And we got it on there nice and snug. Alrighty, so that is how to replace an outlet on a multi-wire branch circuit where you have 240 volts between the red and the black. And you break the little tab, so you have 120 on the top half of the outlet and 120 volts on the bottom half of the outlet. Here in the country I was born in, we use 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps, 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps. Black is live, white is neutral, the berry, the green is the ground. Red and blue are also live colors. However, you may find white live in a 110, 120 volt switch loop or on a 220, 240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral. Peace. Thanks for watching.